about the protesters, 3 ladies went to protest Nude, and they are trying to advocate and call for resigning of Anita Among, protesting corruption. Do you have any comment on the activity that was done by these young ladies who were remanded to?
Well, I think the controversial aspect of it was only the nudity.
Exactly.
Now, and I think, you see, the nudity must be understood in 2 ways. First of all, if they were just 3 ladies walking to Parliament, maybe nobody would have even taken notice of them. I don't think they would have become the subject of debate in the whole country. And I saw some people saying that people are debating their nudity, not what they were nude for. That their cause of talking about corruption was lost in their nudity. People discussing whether nudity or no nudity. But I think you cannot avoid both. I think, in my own assessment, people who are rational will inquire into what forced, these young ladies who appear rational in their coherent, what forced them to take that kind of extreme measure. And I think anybody who addresses their mind in that direction will not avoid recognizing that it is a pointer to the crisis that the country faces now. That this is a demonstration of the crisis. You see, it's like we have seen young people power fuel on themselves and set themselves ablaze.
Yes.
Quite a number of young people have burnt themselves.
Yes.
And again, there was talk about their actions for a short while, and it, of course, got off the media. But in a serious community would have treated those incidents with maximum attention, because by the time somebody burns himself,
yes,
you must know that it's not an ordinary type of suicide, but even any ordinary type of suicide, for somebody to take their own life is a matter that needs very serious attention, inquiry. How did this happen? What prompted it? So
when you say that, when a person set their blaze in Northern Africa, it caused an entire Arab Spring.
Yes.
A change of government in the entire
Because
society.
it shows you the level of the crisis that has prompted this.
Yes. Yes.
Extreme measure. And so these 3 young ladies, I think, in a large measure demonstrated that there is a very, very serious crisis here. Some years back, in this crisis, which is still going on, of Apa in Amuru district, where a whole sub-county has been grabbed by some land grabbers, and they have killed so many people, evicted people from their homes, and so on. It has been going on. The carnage going on there is, the killings. And General Aronda went to visit that area.
Yes, sir.
To inquire into the dispute that was going on there. And when he arrived, the old women of the whole village, they came to the road and blocked it completely naked.
Yeah.
And these were,
I've heard of that story.
yes, these were old women, not just young girls like this. Old
Old
women,
Yes.
capable of being his mother. They were right in front of him, stark naked. And again, you know, there was a debate. But for an old woman to display her nudity in broad daylight on the street, if you are not shaken to inquire what prompted this and deal with it, then you are totally insensitive, you see? And that situation of Apa is still festering on, in spite of those extreme measures. And many, many people have been killed, homes burnt, what, and life continues. This is what I was telling you.
Yes, sir.
You know? So I definitely, for me, understand that conditions can force people to do the extraordinary. That is even where terrorism comes from. Terrorism is incited also.
Yes.
Whether you agree with it or not, but there is a cause. What is causing it? What you call terrorism. You know? So if you don't take away the injustices that force people into extreme actions, they will keep on happening. You see?
Yes, sir.
And so the three ladies should cause the country to have some kind of deeper thinking about where we are. This corruption they are talking about is not ordinary corruption, you know, because what is happening in this country, I think corruption gives a misleading picture. I don't know whether it can be called just plunder, you know, looting, or some other, you know, you know, it's unbelievable. And so all this is happening. People are losing their people, you know, from lack of basic things. I've told you about the road carnage. The reason we have this unbelievable road carnage has a lot to do with things that are controllable if we have a serious government. You know, basic things. Incidentally, the greatest casualties in these road accidents are pedestrians. It's not the people in vehicles. They are the people who are on foot. But they are walking dangerously close to the vehicles because there are no foot paths for them. They walk on the road.
Sam Seven won't agree with you. He was laughing at someone who said that the cause of these accidents is because the roads are too small. And he's saying that cannot be a reason.
Of course, he's the reason number one. his lack of understanding or lack of care is the reason all these things are there. So, you know, the numbers of casualties, the highest as pedestrians, the second are cyclists. People who are cycling. So if it is not the size and design of the road, what can it be? Why are these people who cannot be riding fast, who cannot be, you know, they are walking, they are cycling, they are the greatest casualties, you know, later on the motorists who are driving. And You know, most you'll find they have been trying to dodge a pothole. Somebody is driving, then he sees a big hole, he tries to swerve, he hits a border there, he hits a cyclist, he hits a pedestrian before he gets back.
Yes.
So this is, you know, the depth of the crisis. People are losing their dear ones in these hospitals needlessly because they don't have money. So when you see somebody walk naked, there are many things driving them.
So don't look at the activity
They are
itself.
children. They have left children at home without food.
Yes, sir.
You know, and so for you to focus on blaming this victim shows again, you know, the level of empathy, how we feel for others. So you are blaming the women. How can you you don't respect yourselves? How can they don't know even they don't, you know, you are talking about somebody hungry who cannot feed a child, who has no hope. They were maybe in refugee has been crushed, their own investment, their own